Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall. And I'm here this morning to weapon tap on your head with some more Thursday, November 25th, 2021 antics. So today, we're just cruising the neighborhood, cruising the streets, making sure things are copacetic. Hopefully, you and yours are enjoying your turkey day, eating food, and stuffing your faces for no apparent reason other than that's what we do as Americans. Bear with me one moment. Got to get my phone straight. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down, let you see the sky here in beautiful Bed-Stuy, do or die. You know, Brownsville, never ran, never will, where the grass is greener and the crips are meaner. What you really see is order D. So let's go. Morning coffee and a stroll through the neighborhood here. Old neighbor house. Feels good. RIP to the young homie we got taken down here on some wildness. And shout out to the young man who we spoke to today on the train. Interesting situation. I feel like Greg Leaks, you let men say the words to your wife, and if she needs you, you're right there to back her up. So I feel like it was safe to say it didn't have to get escalated any further than the situation went, and that's a positive thing. Wow, old bodega's closed. We got the old Jacks. Now, if y'all know anything about Troy Avenue and Lewis Avenue in Brooklyn, you know that this house right here in this section right here, this right here, that right there, this is where your boy Mano hangs out. Mano, if you in the streets right now, Mano, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? I need to holla at Mano and all them Brooklyn cats about some insurance, man. You see these cats getting knocked off. You need to talk to your boy. What Mano say? I come from the streets where I don't know something. They hung us in mountains where crackers eat niggas. So, you know, I come from what you come from, Mano. So on some real ish, you see I'm right here in your hood, bro. You the KOB? Holla at me, the KOL, King of Life Insurance, Coley. Even though Coley, COLI, is corporate-owned life insurance, and I'm going to address that too, because there was a gentleman who had spoke on Bowley and stated that Bowley was for employee benefits, and Bowley is not for employee benefits, bank-owned life insurance. Coley is for employee benefits. It's corporate-owned life insurance. Banks aren't the only companies that do that for their corporations. There are regular Fortune 500 corporations that have Coley too, which is for their employee retirement plans. So when he explained it, he misexplained it. And that's all right. Not everybody knows how it works, even people in the field. That's why they have specialists. You specialize in one particular thing or another. But shout out to my dude. He tried to save me a trip. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take that trip anyway. Such is life. So we're out here early in the morning. Oh snap! That's right. Do I have to be masked up in the streets in Brooklyn? I don't think so. I'm so used to being where I'm at, where you don't. What's going on, boss? When you don't have to be all masked up and stuff. It's a little different for me. Ah, so Fulton Street has changed drastically, man. I ain't even gonna take y'all all the way up to. Well, I'm dating myself, but if you 45 or under, you remember the club called the Lab, and that club, man, that's where like P Diddy and them and the Locks and all them in Brooklyn and Biggie Smalls used to all talk about. Well, now they did the same thing to the Lab that they did with everything else, and they gentrified the spit out of it. Now it looks like this: high-rise apartments. These are high-rise apartments right across from Risley Dam projects. You think the folks that can afford this can afford that? Nope. So what they gonna do? They gonna price out all these people, make those piss poor living conditions like you see, and force these people out, probably up into the Bronx. Then they'll knock this down and they'll rebuild it into something like that. Right? Think none? Think again. Matter of fact, I know who I'm going to see, Mikey. Probably boys with my boy who's in Connecticut. Because apparently the Yemeni men, unfortunately, unlike a lot of us black men, network together. So, like, for example, when my man Tony, who works at a store now in East New York, was working at Paris Deli, he would also affiliate with Mikey up the block. So when they would run out of ice and shit, they wouldn't compete. He would go buy ice from Mikey to where I'm going to right now. And now I speak to a young man in New Haven, Connecticut, who's a Yemeni young man. He owns a smoke shop in New Haven, Connecticut. When we talk, all he talks about is here, Brooklyn, because this is where he from. It's good, Chief. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. Me and wifey had a situation this morning that kind of got to my mind, and it ticked me off, and she don't know that dude was looking out. And it's I realized what my man said about the fact that a woman only has to look through the crack of the door. The man has to push the door open and see the entire room. And she didn't see the entire room this morning. But as a man seeing the entire room, sometimes you have to put yourself in a certain position. And when you put yourself in that position, well, sometimes your woman will put you in a certain position. And it's only because she thinks she knows what she's seeing, and she doesn't. You as a man have to know that she doesn't know what she's seeing. You have to see what she's not seeing. Now you have to make life easy on you, because if you don't make life easy on you, she's going to make it difficult, because she's going to cause a scene. Either with you or with somebody else. I don't even know if Mikey open yet. You open yet? I got my sunglasses on. Let me see something. Yeah, he open. Ah, hold up. Mikey, what up, boss? Chilling a long time. Can't complain. Another day, another 50 cent, huh? All right. Listen, man, inflation, right? Joe Biden. Uh. Yeah. Shukran. So y'all know, it be like that. I'm in Brooklyn in the hood with my mans and them. All right. All right, Mikey. I'll see you later. Assalamu alaikum. So, you know, man, this is how it be when it be what it be. Because it be what it be. You know. Now, actually, I want to go to the tennis courts and see if the OGs are still playing tennis back around the way. Not tennis. Damn, I don't know why I keep saying tennis. Chess. Chess. So I'm going to go see if the OGs are playing chess back around the way. Ain't nothing like being back in Brooklyn, I'll tell you that much. I'm not even born here, but once you live here for especially at least a good 10 years, man, ain't nothing like it. And you wouldn't have nothing other than it, man. I know a lot of folks say they don't like it here, man. I love this shit. Word. But like I said, man, so I want to talk about, you know what? I want to talk about real quick because I saw a salute to Ziax Institute, to the B1 space. You know what I'm saying? I saw my man Q Butteron talking about things like the Black Manosphere, the conscious community, and how it created pariahs like Brother Polite, etc. And, I can't totally disagree with him, right? So he was saying, listen, us as black men, we got to hold these L's. He was including himself because he's a black man too. He was like, yo, we gotta hold our heads. So, you know, we gotta realize, yo, we control our own destiny, man. And we gotta realize that, like in shit like this manosphere and your dog Kevin Samuels talking about modern women and all this shit, man. Like I said, and women ain't gonna like this, but for all intents and purposes, women and children are in the same position. And we as men have to realize that they ain't gonna be able to see the entire picture. They can't see through the whole door. They think looking through the crack of the door, they know exactly what to go on, but they don't. And it's on us as men to realize she ain't looking through the entire door. She's looking through the crack. She gonna say some stuff and she's gonna expect you to move on her accord because she's like, look, I'm moving, right? But you got to be the one with discernment to say, I move it too, but you move it different from what I need you to. So yeah, y'all, you know, it's just stuff. What's going on here? Y'all, we gotta, like I said, man, I just seen a beautiful thing, a black family, right? Mother, father, and child, man, woman, and child, the true Holy Trinity, right? Black family, a beautiful thing. That's what my man Q like to see. That's what I like to see too. Just like y'all saw in my Soto Vision debate league about black women divesting. I told you, personally, I believe in being blackity, blackity, black, 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 right? But there's also something called equity over equality. I was watching a debate and they were asking, should black people be fighting for equality? And he made some valid points. We should be fighting for equality. Equality means equalness, means the same. We should be fighting for equity. What's equity? Equity is when we can actually even the score, because equality, we equally all have technically the same opportunities, especially with the advent of the internet. All we got to do is just run up, look something up, and we got that opportunity. But God, I love the sounds of New York City. But in terms of equity, what we don't have is that true financial empowerment with each other, right? We don't have our equity in our quote unquote 40 acres and a mule. We don't have our equity in the Hispanic Prosperity Initiative or the Asian Hate Crime Bill. We don't have anything specifically for Black Americans. And until we get unapologetic about being uncomfortable or people being uncomfortable around us, because they already are, but being uncomfortable for us asking for ours and nobody else getting anything but us, we will not have equity. Now, this is a sore sight to see. I'm at the chess court and nobody's here playing chess. Usually, the OGs be piled up on these tables, and this is where you scrape dudes, on these chess tables right here. Unfortunately, no chest today. I guess everybody's enjoying Turkey Day with their family, so I can do something similar, right? You look at it. I actually saw something interesting. I see the city bikes here in the hood, ironically enough. So they got the city bikes in the hood for renting, which is crazy enough. Salute to the people in the building. Hold on, let me check this chat. Hold on, let me check the comments. All right. All right. So, what's good to the people in the building? Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. You can contribute to channel growth by donating. You can schedule a one-on-one appointment with a financial professional, and you can purchase life insurance directly up to $1 million with no medical exam and an instant decision. The information is in the description. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and probably make this a short one today. It's just a little morning rant. And actually, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Invite, copy. Let me see something. I'm live right now. All right. So, oh, nice. Cruiser to the blue Lexus. Yeah. Oh, hold on, y'all. Yo, 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 I'm back. I had to take that phone call right quick. But yeah, man, listen, you know, stuff is crazy. Situations are situations. But today is Thursday, November 25th, 2021. A lot of us are calling it Turkey Day, Thanksgiving Day, Friendsgiving Day, whatever. It's a day where we all come together to eat and have a good time. So, in honor of getting together with people who you consider friends, family, loved ones, whether you get to hang out with them or you with them in spirit, whether they physically hearing you with them in spirit or they're spiritually hearing you with them in spirit, or not physically hearing you with them in spirit, make sure you're with them and do your thug thizzle. All right? You, like I said, hold on, let me turn on this camera. Get a little bit of Brooklyn behind me. What's going on, Wally? I'm just strolling the neighborhood, seeing if anything's changed here in good old Bed-Stuy, do or die. Seeing how we got it going. Celebrating today, this day that we all come together to be with friends and family and loved ones and eat a bunch of prepared meals. So just thinking on that and, you know, mentioning a couple of things. Not everybody actually has those friend or familial connections. So it's actually valuable to cherish those, to be honest, because, like I said, not everybody has those connections. So when you do have those, you do want to value them. I'm also valuing the fact that I'm just here in these Brooklyn streets. And it's funny. My wife says to me every time we go to Brooklyn, first thing you do is run the streets. And it's not that I'm running the streets. It's just there's something about being outside when you're in New York. And I guess like Uncle Murder said, the whole gang outside with it, right? Um, and so there's just something about being outside and enjoying the atmosphere, seeing the houses that were shells that got rebuilt, that were only a couple of thousand, now they're hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's crazy. So you see stuff like this, and it's like, all right, how much do I love and miss this place? And how much this area, if you'll notice that they have brown street signs. And like I said, this area was a historically black area. This area was where, right there, DeKalb Ave and Lewis Ave, where Jackie Robinson bought his first house. Or you have what they call the Great White Flight. So the reason they call this Kings County is because it's the county of kings. Literally, the Dutch kings and queens used to live here. Oh, there's another property for sale. This one is probably at least $1 million. But oftentimes this is what a bird dog would do, which is, those people who say they fix and flip, or they sell real estate, or they buy houses cash, or they're a real estate investor. Well, realistically, what they need to do is be bird dogging. And bird dogging is you literally walk the neighborhood and find stuff. You'll find a lot of FISBOs like that. What's a FISBO? For sale by owner. The beauty of this stuff is when you talk about hustling all the time, it's a holiday. And I'm bird dogging walking the street. Salute, She. What's going on, brother? We're in the building. Boom. Wiley in the building. Boom. And you just, like I said, you cruise these streets and you'll see a lot. And just look at the beauty of the homes, right? You can see the ones that are more original, that need work. I don't know how good you can see them on this camera. And then you'll see the newer ones that have like the better stucco. The ones with the better stucco are newly renovated. And even though they were brownstones, the brownstone has been chipped away and they've put the new stucco on. However, the interiors are still just as large as they've always been. So you get these houses that are humongous. And initially, they were actually single family homes. So right now, you'll have them set up for like 3 families, but initially, they were set up for 1 family. So with them being set up for 1 family, imagine when you used to see things like the Cosby Show, right? Cosby Show would then pan to an exterior similar to this, right? Which would be the Cosby's house, right? And on blocks like these, you've got a lot of affluent African Americans. Like I said, you got people like the assistant district attorney of Brooklyn, other politicians who actually live on this block. Not this block, but other blocks. Doctors, attorneys, accountants, financial advisors, federal agents. You've got all that stuff in these areas. So when you see this type of stuff, it's valuable and it's historic. And then you wonder why the wealth got taken out of the Black community, or how. Well, there are things like people being told real estate is the easiest way to generational wealth, which is absolutely true. It is one of the easiest ways to generational wealth, but you have to protect the asset. And often people pass down debt as opposed to the asset. What do I mean? You get a 30-year mortgage refinance. That means, let's say after 10 years, you're paying off a 30-year loan and then you restart it. So you technically made a 40-year loan. Well, 25 years later, you die and you pass it down to your kids, but now they have the obligation of that loan. And most people don't leave money for that. It's just like things like godparents, right? If you're making somebody the godparent of your child, they're that because you're expecting them, if God forbid something happens to you, you're incapacitated and unable to care for your child, or you die and unable to care for your child, you're expecting that person to actually step in and take care of your child. So it would be smart to do something like have a life insurance policy where your godparent is the beneficiary, because if something happens to you and your child is supposed to go to this person since you made them the godparent, so your wishes are, well, if something happens to me, you'll step in. When you want to leave some money, it's just like if you send your kid to, you know, their auntie's house for the weekend. You might not send a bunch of money, but you're going to send them with some clothes or something, right? You're not going to make sure that your kid is destitute. So you want to do the same thing there, right? But like I said, man, just look at the beauty. Here goes another one for sale, right? Bam. So like I said, just bird dogging, walking the neighborhood, and there goes another one that's got permits, so it's got work being done on it. That's 3 properties in a matter of minutes that I've already seen and found. Yeah, you can trace them online, but it ain't nothing like physically being there, right? And this is the beauty of a lot of these fields, working in these fields. This one, if it's for sale now, I know it's for sale for way more. A few years back, this particular property, which is a corner property, with 6 units, was on sale for 2.4 million, which is a steal. It's probably about $3 or $4 million at this point. You see, this is a beautiful house, though, and it's a corner property. Corner properties are very valuable in New York City. Everybody loves a corner property. That's why you have on my block nothing but luxury cars, usually either luxury cars or brand new cars, right? And when I say brand new, wealthy people consider a brand new car up to 7 years old, right? Um, Usually 5, but sometimes up to 7 years old. So right now you got people who are taking 2014s off the lot, and that's a brand new car for them. And believe it or not, when you're looking in hard terms, even if you're looking at things like car insurance and you look at things like Liberty Mutual new car replacement, where they'll pay for your new car, usually it's within 5 to 7 model years of the year that you get that insurance. So if it's 2021 and you have let's say a 2015 car, you may be able to get that new replacement insurance and get a new model car. God forbid your car is totaled. You had a 2015, it got totaled, you had new car replacement, you're going to get a 2022 or the value of a 2022 vehicle instead of a 2015 because you got the new car replacement. Now, it's not that simple. There are, more bells and whistles to it, but to give you the 30,000 foot view, that's what it is. So, like I said, just strolling through the old neighborhood, seeing how things are. How you been? All right. And figuring out some new stuff. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my early morning walk. I guess you could call this fitness. You just get your blood pumping, walk for about 30 minutes every day, at least 30 minutes to an hour of a walk every day. And that keeps your blood pumping. And that's actually one of the best fitness tactics, is actually just physical motion, physical activity of any sort. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this up for the evening, or for the morning, I guess. And let me see what we got going on. Oh, snap. Hold on. I got a guest. Hey, bro, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day, brother. How are you?
Tired.
I'm assuming so.
Oh, what's good
Hold
though?
on. Before we get going, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth, you can donate. You can schedule a one-on-one appointment with a financial professional, and you can buy life insurance directly up to $1 million with no medical exam and an instant decision. The links are in the description. As we proceed to give you what you need, I got my man right here, Chronicle Matt. Make sure that you follow and subscribe to his channel as well. This is the gentleman who first interviewed me about my why. And what do I mean when I say my why? Why I got into the sales of life insurance. And the reason for that, and I'll actually be coming back with my blog about that life insurance podcast, but was because of me being shot 5 times. And he actually did that first interview. So it's very valuable for me that y'all go follow him too. Because he actually experienced that lifestyle. And if you in the clouds are coming by, hit that like button. We're only 4 likes away. Thank you, Wally. Can you share your channel, Mr. Mac? If you could just share it in the back chat, and then I'll go ahead and make sure to post in the comments so people can click on your link and follow your channel.
Yeah, no problem. I got you. I got you. So my channel is down right now to technical difficulties, but what it is jumping. Hold up.
Yeah, just put it back in the private chat, and I'll get
Mr. Hall.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me well?
Yes. It's a little faded. It's a little far back, but I can hear you.
All right, let's see something. What about now?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
So, what say you, brother? How are you this day? What's your plans for the day?
I'm gonna smoke me a whole lot of weed. Like, this is for adults too. I'm not doing this for kids. Straight up, I am getting together with some family. Uh, I will be going live later.
Okay.
To talk on this Ahmaud Arbery trial with the 3 gentlemen, Gray and Travis McMichael and Roddy Bryan, with their guilty verdict yesterday. I will be talking about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and how that differs from the Ahmaud Arbery. Now, if you want to check that out, I'm not good with this labeling stuff. So, Mr. Hall, if you don't mind, I would like to talk about that on your channel later, because my channel is down for a while now until I get everything back up. And I will be talking about getting shot and why I'm thankful for it. And
Definitely. I think we should definitely do another one of those because we both share now that similar experience of being shot.
man, 6 months ago for me.
A
So
little longer for me, over 10 years
yeah.
now.
So, but other than that, y'all get y'all insurance. Call my man's up, man. Y'all tripping out here. You know what I mean? People dying every day.
Young Dolph just recently.
Like, forget the people that you know or that you see on camera. Think about the people that you don't know. Like, my cousin just died 2 weeks ago. She was shot in her car.
Wow.
Leaving a bar and grill. Didn't have no trouble. Didn't bother nobody. It was just one of those days where you get off work, you go and have a drink and get something to eat, and you're about to go on your way home, and you're in the right. This is how I'm gonna start saying this. You're in the right place at the wrong time. It's
Mm-hmm.
something, it's something that she did every week. It was something like a tradition, and some food with a gun that wasn't even shooting at her. She wasn't the intended target or whatever. She ended up getting shot and killed and left behind some kids that now don't have the mother, and I don't have a cousin, and my cousins don't have a brother, or I mean, they don't have a sister, and it's crazy, random shootings, and the same thing that happened with me, you know. I'm just fortunate enough to still be here, but you really got to start putting things in perspective. Like when you leave, are your family taken care of? Is your family taken care of? Because
Facts. If we can go back really quick, actually, because I know we spoke about this briefly last time, but I don't remember what it was labeled. And I know a lot of people may not have seen it, but there was something very poignant that you had said. And, speaking to, especially like I said, when we're talking about spaces like the manosphere, whether you want to be in it or not, as a black man on YouTube in front of a camera, there's billions of people consuming YouTube. And unfortunately, just because the way the algorithms are, if you're a black man with a camera on YouTube, you're probably considered black manosphere, right?
we know
Whether
how,
you want to be or not,
yeah, we know how I feel about them.
right?
Like nothing
But go ahead.
nothing against them personally. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and you know, get it how you get it. I understand. I don't agree with a lot of things I said, but then again, we know I don't agree with a lot of things that certain people. If you see me doing, I'm just trying to set my camera up on a.
It's all right.
But I don't agree with a lot of these uh, YouTubers or guys out there. I don't. Not. I don't. I'm not gonna say I don't like them. It's just that maybe they'll have a point or two that I will agree with, but you know, if I think you're just doing it more just to get the clicks and and the likes and whatnot, and I can't follow that.
Mm,
I want to put stuff out because it's what I want to do, and it's something that people are going to want to hear. Um,
facts.
Roundtable with the fellas, because you are a part of that. We came up with that idea together. Um, that is something that we touch on a lot of different stuff, and then you have the Chronicles. With me is just something that I like to do. If you like to smoke, you like to smoke, and you like to review it and do things. And when people talk about, well, not to go deep into it, when people talk about, oh, well, they were just defending themselves, it's not defending yourself when you herd somebody into a kill zone and you take their life for
Before we get into that, hold on. Before we get into that, because I was going somewhere, so I want to land the plane real quick. What we were talking about, you said something poignant, and it has a lot to do with a lot of the things the men say in this space. One of the things you will agree with in the accountability, one thing you disagree with, and I agree the same way, that a lot of the talking points in the manosphere sound like a bunch of weak men crying about bitches, right? And so, I can see how that can turn men off. Right. So, other than that, however, there are some valid talking points. One of those valid talking points was about accountability of men and the fact that as a man, we might have a woman, and that woman has the luxury of looking through the crack of the door thinking she has the entire picture. But as of men, we have to push that door open and realize that there is an actual entire picture, and we have to see that entire room. Sometimes our woman will step into a place and become boisterous and put us in a situation because she thinks she sees the whole room through the cracked door, and we have to deal with her on her level and still deal with everything that's oncoming simultaneously. Now, what you said was talking about when you ended up in that hospital bed and, what ended up going through your mind while you were laying there shot. If you could speak to that real quick.
first of all, me in a hospital bed. If we're gonna tell that, we're gonna tell the whole. We're gonna tell it like it is. Uh, I bled out for damn near 12 hours in the ER after
Mm,
being shot, right? Because they thought I was a criminal and not a victim.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know. I can say I can sit here now and be like, well, it's not that bad. I made it. And da da da. Right then, May 17th, because this is exactly when that happened. May 17th, I was in a hospital bed, bleeding out, didn't have nothing. Nobody, my brother's by my side when he could, you know. But the worst thing that you can do is have a person that doesn't get involved in nonsense or street politics and they don't have nothing to do with none of that end up getting hurt and going to a place that's supposed to provide help for you, and you're left feeling helpless and you're not knowing if you're going to see your at the time your fiance again or your son again, and then you're like, am I going to be able to move around and do this? And if something happens to me, how is they going to be taken care of? You know,
Hmm.
as I was raised different. I was raised to always, you know, stand 10 toes down, put your best foot forward, and utilize all means around you to try to provide the best life for you yourself and your family. Um, I still got a bullet in me. I can smile about it now because I ring metal detectors. Right. I, I just went to the Mary J. Blige concert at the Barclays Center. First time back in New York since all this happened. Um, I'm ringing the metal detectors. I tell the security guard before I walk in, I say, "Hey, bro." Maybe I should have said it. Maybe I should have worded it different. But I said, "Hey, bro, the bullet is ringing." And he's like, "What?" I said, "Nah, I got a bullet in my leg, bro. I'm ringing. I know I'm ringing." He's like, "Go ahead, go through. You good?" But nah, being in the hospital and being in Lincoln Hospital, I will say this, and I'm gonna say this hospital, being in Lincoln Hospital in the Bronx, really put things into perspective that you need to have your I's dotted, your T's crossed. You know what I mean? And you have to really step up because at any point in time, you don't know when that's going to be your last day on this earth. And when you have somebody that's trying to reach the masses and tell them this is what you do, don't think of it as for if you die. You know what I mean? Because it's not. This is something to help you generate wealth and make sure that your family is well off if you ever do meet your an untimely demise. But you have to want to put in the work and take the proper steps and go through the proper channels and listen and not just cut somebody off because you think either they know what they're talking about or they or you don't want to listen to because they talk in a vulgar voice and I don't use a lot of vulgar language. Sometimes people need to hear that to get it through their head. Sometimes people want to listen to the this nigga that, this nigga this, and use a
Right.
sometimes you have to break through that. You have to break through the thickness of these people's skull to get it through their goddamn heads that they need. They need more than how you say it, the Pookies and Ray Rays of the world,
Hmm.
you know, more than the corner boy. And that's another thing we got to talk about is how these women go after these Pookie and Ray Rays on the corner that
Oh,
today,
I'm glad you mentioned that.
you know what
Before
I
we
mean?
do that, hold on. Shout out to Sheed We here. He just shared your latest interview. So make sure y'all click that link and make sure y'all subscribe to my man Chronicle Max channel, Perfect Imperfection Studios. I'm gonna post it in the chat as well, so that we can get you some traction. Because, like I said, I'm very appreciative of the fact that you were my first interview and you interviewed my why. So let's talk about that corner boys, or the street guy and why it is, because I have a theory on that as to why, especially in our community, the women go after that, right? And
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you, because I've had this conversation with a few different people, and they felt certain ways about it, right? But
Uh,
the Pookie and Ray Ray or the Corner Boy, well, they they embody protection, right?
mm-hmm.
And when you think about a situation or a circumstance where maybe somebody is going to, because let's be honest, right? We've talked about the situation. Look, if it gets to that, I'm gonna call the cops, and you're gonna have to dealing with the police for the next X amount of period of time. But the reality is, and you and I both know this, coming from certain areas that we've lived in. There's no time for calling the police. When they're right up on you, they're right up on you, and there ain't no calling popo. You got to swing from the shoulders to get out of there. And a lot of the times, the woman feels more comfortable or safer knowing that the guy, even if won't win, is willing to put his life on the line to protect her, to give her that opportunity to run away and survive for another day, or to actually fight for her and protect her and physically do harm to someone who's trying to do harm to her. What say you?
And you know what? I agree with that. And then I agree with your assessment of that. My take is, why even put yourself in a situation, right? This is how I look at life.
Well,
Now,
hold on. Aren't sometimes situations unavoidable?
well, my situation was unavoidable. I can't do nothing about it. I never seen it coming.
Okay.
You understand? It's hard to avoid something that that
You don't see coming.
you don't see coming. Um, well, I mean, trying to avoid situations. See, I live my life now extra wary of my surroundings, uh, and that is because, like I said, I didn't see it coming, and I don't know who did it, and that's the scary part because anybody could have did it. And you could walk up to me, you could be the person that's shot me. I don't know because I never seen it. I didn't see it.
Mm.
You understand? Um, by putting yourself in situations, it's like people that like to hang out and how to what was the thing from the Boondocks? I like to do hood rat stuff, and you know
And smoke with cigarettes with my friend.
smoke with cigarettes, and you know what I mean. Like, no, I'm not with the hood rat stuff. I'm First of all, I'm too old for that shit now. When I was young, yeah, I did a lot of shit, and maybe that was me paying for it now. You know, me paying for what I did then now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's karma. But as a married man, right? Married man,
Husbands unite.
you know, I don't go out looking for trouble. I don't try to put myself or my family in harm's way. Even the people you hang out with. That's We want to talk about choices. The people you hang out with, if they have nothing to hold to anchor them down, and they're in the streets and they're in the bars and they're doing this and that, um, that that can have a cause and effect on you for the one time that you hang out with them and you don't know they have problems.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I say avoiding problems. You have to avoid them. I tend to now focus on being around like-minded people that that marry concept of, we hang out with married couples and we do married couple things, and we stay away from the single. Not saying that being single is anything wrong with being single, but you live two different lives. There's a certain there's a certain gamble of the single life that you really don't get with the married life. See, the married life is you're protective of your family and you're not doing nothing to put them in harm's way. The single life is, hey, listen, we out here, we about to go to the bar, we about to go to the barcade, get some drinks, play some whatever video games, or we going to head downtown Brooklyn and hang out, or we going uptown. And we could do this, and yeah, it's cool. We could do all that, and you can do that as a married person. But I think you take more into consideration, especially you, being that you know how it feels to be shot.
Mm.
You know how it's supposed to be shot point blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got shot 3 times. You got shot what, 5?
Yeah. Well, I got hit 5.
Yeah, you got hit 5. You know what I mean? um, we know that feeling now, and like the adrenaline pumping. Yeah, I'm Superman. I'm not even gonna lie. I felt like Superman. Like what adrenaline pumping? As soon as the adrenaline wear off and shit, and you see the blood and you see the holes in you, and you like, what the fuck?
You
excuse
start breathing heavy.
my language, but it does something to you. And then the events around everything that happened, like I get flashback. You told me I was going to have. I'm going. It's certain things that's going to trigger shit. Like
4th of July.
yo, it wasn't even Fourth of July for me because nothing happened over here 4th of July. It was Labor
Mm.
Day.
Mm.
Labor Day sent me into a frenzy, like a ill panic attack.
Word.
And it's crazy because that's never happened before. Like in my in my younger days, I've been shot at and all this other stuff. You thinking, like I said, you think you're invulnerable. Oh, you didn't hit me. Oh, I'm ducking behind this car. And then as you get older and you leave the young dumb stuff, and
You
you
can say whatever you want, brother. No censorship over here.
I don't, because you know why? Regardless of how I might talk to you off the camera, on the camera, I do want to represent something for people. If that makes
Understood.
sense, especially talking about this, because
Fair enough.
there is no joy in being shot, and there is no joy in constantly waking up in pain because it's cold, or constantly being in pain because you have extensive nerve damage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just fortunate enough. I'm not supposed to be working right now. I can't stay home. I can't do that. I have a family to provide for. Like my wife took care of me for the 6 months that I was out. Well,
Mm.
for the 4.5 months, because I made myself go to work. Against doctor's orders, because that's how I was raised.
Mhm.
You're the man of the house. You have to provide. Like.
Real quick, I don't mean to throw this in there, but it is an opportunity for a shameless plug. Had you had disability insurance, that few months that you sat out, and you may have been able to still be out of work, because you may not have had to worry about doctor's orders, because doctor's orders would have shown that you weren't supposed to go back to work. So a disability insurance policy would have given you at least up to 60% of your take home income, up to even this day or till you're age 70, depending on the type of policy that you get. Just to throw it in there so anybody else think of for the future. Obviously, since the event has happened, it kind of disqualifies you for it now. But for going towards the future, we can still discuss other options. And anyone else who hasn't experienced things such as myself or Mr. Mac in being shot, having chronic nerve damage so that you wake up in pain every day just because it's cold, or you have pain just because somebody has the air conditioner on, or you have pain because it rained 3 days ago. These are real situations, and it sounds cool in those rap songs.
It
It
do
sounds
sound
cool in
cool.
those videos.
It do sound cool, and yeah, I was telling somebody yesterday. I say, oh, he's like, do you play video games? I said, yeah, I do. I like Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, all that stuff. I said the difference between me and the game though is I actually got shot.
Right.
like yo, I got shot, and if they had to kill me, I wouldn't be responding.
Hmm.
Like, but at the same time, like I said, even with even if I did have it, I would still want to
All
work because I can't. I
right.
can't stay home. I can't. I can't not do anything. Like today, Thanksgiving, we supposed to have family over and whatnot. I still got to build stuff for my wife.
Mm.
I got the table that's right here in front of me. I built my fireplace. I built. I have to do something. I just cannot not do nothing. You know. But it's a
Okay.
good thing. It's a good thing. Being shot really did put things in perspective. Like, yo, like you gotta live every day like it's your last, and you gotta tell people, let the people you know, even if you don't really mess with people like that. But I mean, you mess with them, but y'all don't talk. You let them know that you love them, you care about them, and you want the best for them. Like every day is an opportunity to learn. That's what I think people miss out on. Like,
Mm, I can understand that. You could keep going, bro. I know you wanted to elaborate on
no,
your
not do me one solid take over for me because I have to see what my wife wants.
Well, I'm getting ready to I'm trying to have going for only about an hour. Give me 1 second here. And it's coming up on about an hour now. Because I'm actually about to go have some breakfast and take a nap. I've been up all day, or all since early this morning traveling. Um, but listen,
In
any
Brooklyn?
parting words?
You in Brooklyn?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
you see where I'm at, bro.
Okay, okay. I see you. I see you. No problem. You know what? The one thing I'm gonna say on this is like I say on my channel. Um, try to be better today than you were yesterday. Try to be better tomorrow than you are today. It's not hard. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you. All right, y'all. So it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall. And I've just wept and tapped on your head with today's Thursday, November 25th, 2021 antics. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, you can contribute to channel growth by donating. You can purchase life insurance up to $1 million directly with an instant decision and no medical exam. And you can schedule a one-on-one consult with a licensed financial professional. The links are in the description. Make sure while you're at it that you also like, subscribe, comment, and share. And make sure you follow my special guest here, my brother-in-law, Chronicle Mac at Perfect Imperfection Studios. His link is right here in the comments. Okay. And like I said, we have very serious perspectives. Like I said, brothers get shot every day, B, you'll be all right. You tough, right? Cameron voice.
Ah,
So, you know, we want to make sure to look into that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we are proceeding to give you what you need. So I'm going to go ahead and end off like I always end off. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. And I'm a little bit under an hour, but that's all good. Lastly, remember, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.
yeah.